Welcome to ZTV 1990, and I just want to look at something real quick because I find this very interesting indeed. And this is going to be me reacting to two pros in a cup of Joe Knox, or Jonas Knox, however you want to say his name. All right, they're talking about the Myles Garrett trade to the Rams, which just still shocked me to this day because if you're the Browns, this man is the best defensive player in the league as far as the defensive end goes. He got the all-time sack record. He's your future Hall of Famer and leader of the team, and you traded him after giving him all that money. You gave him a very hefty contract. You paid him just like you paid Deshaun Watson. You was fair to Myles Garrett. This is supposed to be the team to help you basically build around and compete. And there's people that believe that even Shedeur Sanders will start with Deshaun Watson, even though that's still wishful thinking at this point because we don't know how Shedeur is going to develop. Okay? You brought in a free agent like, Marvin Harrison Jr.? You're trying to do something here. But I want y'all to watch Joe here. Because look at this title, right? This Deshaun Watson deal failed, okay? Why are you blaming Deshaun Watson? I want y'all to see this because this is really low down. Yeah, because if I'm Deshaun Watson, honestly, I'm not going to take this type of disrespect. Because they making it very hard on this man right now. This man here going to cause fans to get on Deshaun Watson next and have him out of there. Like, bro, just throw this man on the bus, right? I want everybody to pay attention. Because when Michael Parsons got traded from the Cowboys, they're not giving Jimmy Haslam of the Browns the same energy. I noticed that. They avoid blaming Haslam. Just watch.
This person, Myles Garrett, is far and away yesterday was their best player on the team. I just think that's a weird precedence to set, man. To get rid of your best player through trade doesn't compute well with me.
I think him getting dealt is on Deshaun Watson.
So again, people ask me this: since when is this Deshaun Watson's fault? Huh? Since when? Because I don't remember this guy ever going to. Have y'all ever seen Joe here go to Cleveland and interview anybody? Since Deshaun Watson's been there. Even when that team made the playoffs, you don't see this guy over there in Cleveland, Ohio interviewing nobody. Last time I checked, Deshaun Watson is not the general manager. He's not the owner of that team. He's not the president. He's not up in the front office like that. There's been no reports of Deshaun Watson and Myles Garrett having any beef at all. Deshaun Watson has been hurt this entire time. He ain't got nothing to do with that. People, I'm trying to figure out how is this his fault? Because who gave Deshaun Watson that $200 million? $40 million guaranteed. Who did it? At the time I've been watching this video, never once did this guy put Andrew. Let me just show you who's in charge of the Browns. Let me show y'all these two. Because neither once you putting the blame on neither one of these two guys here. Huh? These are your main two guys that make all the deals. They the ones who sign the contracts. Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam are the ones who are basically drafting talent and bringing guys in. Why don't you blame them? Joe? Come on, Joe Knox. Mr. Jonas Knox? Why you not blaming those two for this? Andrew Berry and Haslam gave Deshaun Watson that big old contract. That you can't blame that on him. This is Deshaun Watson who's is healthy right now and practicing with the team. He's trying to get his spot back. That man is trying to get back to prominence. Deshaun Watson is trying to do all he can. You're making it hard on that man. No, man, you can't throw him under the bus. Why? Why would Deshaun Watson want somebody like Myles Garrett gone when he needs him? Why, bruh? See, people, this is what causes problems. This here is what causes issues. These reporters, these podcasters like Joe, who don't even play football, for one, He's not LeVar Arrington or Brady Quinn. Okay? Brady Quinn, LeVar Arrington are retired NFL players. This man never played at all. Since I've been looking at his resume, he's never played professional sports. And you sit up there talking. Jonas Knox has not been to Cleveland Hall interviewing nobody. Because Jonas Knox, why don't you, LeVar Arrington, and Brady Quinn ask around and try to get Myles Garrett's number and contact him from there. Hit him up on social media for an interview. Why don't y'all do that? But why are you blaming Deshaun Watson? And say his deal failed? That man still got time to redeem himself. Even if Shedeur Sanders was a starting quarterback, it don't matter when Haslam can't keep a team. It's not Deshaun Watson's fault. Myles Garrett chose to want to go, and he's tired of wasting his time. Let me show y'all something right now. Let me show you what I mean. Now, me being a Cowboys fan, everybody love to put blame on Jerry Jones. Watch this, right? Because never once you see him blaming Jimmy Haslam at all, right? Watch what he says about Jerry Jones.
The first-round picks they were going to get from Chicago were going to be worse than Green Bay's. Jerry Jones just made a bad team worse and a good team better. I can't find the win in this for Dallas. This is, if you're a Cowboys fan, if you're like, it feels like we're entering into Al Davis territory towards the.
Now, if I remember correctly, Jerry Jones got more rings than Al Davis did. Jerry Jones got 3 Super Bowl rings. He won 3 Lombardis for that team. Not to mention the Cowboys have made the playoffs way more frequently than the Cleveland Browns ever have. That's just not even the same situation. Michael Parsons got traded, folks, because Michael Parsons was not producing in the playoffs. We could not beat the San Francisco 49ers or the Green Bay Packers. He was a no-show in each of those playoff games. The one against Jimmy Garoppolo and the one against Brock Purdy, and then even against Jordan Love. He could not sack Jordan Love at all. That man got showed up by that Packers and 49ers offensive line. That's why he had to trade him. Matter of fact, let's see what Cowboys got in exchange for trading I'll show everybody I do research. I do homework, man. This is Jonas Knox. They did no homework, no research. He just throwing things. He just saying anything just to get attention. Look, 2 first-round picks, sir, and that's a loss? Huh? How's that a loss? The Cowboys did well, man. They got back Quentin Williams. And those draft picks, they got back Quentin Williams. Let's look at what the Cowboys did since then. Since you running your damn... I'm letting everybody know this, man. Jonas Knox, man, owes Deshaun Watson an apology. You can't say this, man. He blames Jerry Jones for the Michael Parsons trade, but yeah, you don't get on Jimmy Haslam at all. Look at the moves that he's been making, man. Right? This is all the moves Jerry Jones has made, so he's not in the same boat at all. Nope. Look at that, man. Solomon Thomas. Look what he just picked up. The man got one of the best DBs in the draft. Just from trading away Michael Parsons, bruh. And you talking about him? I want everybody to see this. And there's nothing wrong with franchise attacking George Pickens. It's not. Like, bro, like, what are you talking, man? What are you talking? Look at those moves he made. Rashawn Gary is not bad. You got Quentin Williams from the Jets. Okay? I'm just telling you now. And Quentin Williams is just as good as a Michael Parsons. Since he running his mouth talking, bro, it's not the same thing. It's just not, bro. It's not the same situation. The Cowboys are a playoff team. They're a playoff contender consistently. Like, bro, like, what are we saying here? You can't compare Jimmy Haslam to Jerry Jones. But no, he don't. You don't see Jimmy Haslam making these type of moves. Look at that, Quentin Williams, right? And he got Logan Wilson from the Cincinnati Bengals. Since he traded away Micah. I'm letting everybody see this now. Also, he got Kobe Durant from the Rams. Jerry Jones been making moves. This idiot here blames you blame Jerry Jones for Michael Parsons, but why you not blaming Jimmy Haslam? Let alone Andrew Berry. Them the two that make the rules there. Matter of fact, let's look at the contracts too. Look at how much money he paid. Look at $160 million. They paid him very well, and he wanted to leave. Huh? Is that Deshaun Watson's fault, brother? That had nothing to do with Deshaun. Nothing. And it's also not Deshaun Watson's fault. They got all these other quarterbacks. You drafted Shador Sanders. Then you drafted Dylan Gabriel. Now you just bothering, what was it, Taylor Green from Arkansas? 6'6", 4'3" speed. That's pretty much Lamar Jackson. He's running Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick type of speed. And he has an arm. But yet you got Rob Parker on the other side of Fox Sports saying they go tank for Archie Manning. I don't want to see Archie Manning coming over there. No, it's a waste of time. Browns went from talent after talent after talent after talent after talent. Nothing. Matter of fact, let's look at their all-time record. Right? Let's look at the Browns. Let's look at the Browns, man. How much championships did they win? Yeah, I'm curious now, bro. And by the way, the Baltimore Ravens Browns, that don't count. That don't count, man. This is the original Browns. That's the Baltimore Ravens. That's not Haslam's team. They got no championships. I want y'all to see this. Because this is not... You can't blame Deshaun Watson for this. You can't blame him for that. No. I want everybody to see this real quick. Look at it. They have only posted 4 winning seasons and 3 playoff appearances. That's sad. That's really, really sad. Since the division realignment, the Steelers have made the playoffs 10 times, the Ravens 8 times. The Bengals, Sixers, and Browns have not won a divisional title. Is that Deshaun Watson's fault, brother? Huh? Jonas Knox? Huh, Jonas? I want everybody to see this video, man, because this is crazy, man. It really is. This is why Myles Garrett don't want to be in Cleveland no more. Why he has to get traded. And then you hire Todd Muskin. Todd Muskin, I'm sorry, bro. That's a terrible head coach. That's not the right head coach for that team. You could have done better than that. There are so many other head coaches you could have went after. Like this guy. Mario, why don't go after Mario Cristobal? Huh? There's so many other guys you could win. Yeah, why don't you go after him? Offer him the head coaching job. Why? This man would change Cleveland around for the better. He really could. Instead, you get Todd Muskin. Why? This guy here is an idiot.
Because if the Deshaun Watson deal worked out, they would be in a better spot. They wouldn't be trading him.
That deal would not have made a difference, bro. It really wouldn't. Wouldn't mean that deal worked out. He's still on the team. The man got hurt. The season he got hurt with that team, they were 11-5. And Joe Flacco was his backup. So they actually made the playoffs. You can't say that. He's still on the team. They paid that man, they paid Myles Garrett $160 million. Y'all just seen that. But why throw this man under the bus? Like, what does Deshaun Watson got anything to do with that?
It's a lot of. It's over $100 million in dead cap. I mean, I know they did themselves a solid by being able to split it, or get it spread over 2 years or something to that effect, if I read it correctly.
That's why the timing of it. Like when people ask, well, why did everything happen and wait until June 1? It's an accounting measure that once June 1 hits, whether it's a release or a trade, they're able to now spread that dead cap hit over this year in 2026 as well as 2027. So instead of it being a $40 million dead cap this year, the Browns are able, which, by the way, they restructured it back earlier this year to kind of help with this exact scenario, which leads me to some people have been said, like, a lot of the framework for these trades has been in place for a while. And everyone knew it was going to take place. It was just a matter of if someone else came in with a better offer. That's what I had heard from a couple people that I reached out to after it was all said and done. And they were,
Yeah, but what does any of this have to do with Deshaun Watson as a person? Again, I can't imagine Deshaun Watson wanting Myles Garrett gone anyway. If anything, Deshaun Watson would have tried to restructure his deal to keep him on there. Like, Deshaun Watson's going to get his starting position back from recovering from injury. But again, why is it his fault? And if I'm this guy here, man, like the guy they just traded Myles Garrett for, bro, I'm not going to stay in Cleveland for long. I'm getting out of there too myself. It's like, bro, it's like, come on, man. They waste draft pick after draft pick. Come on now. And apparently, they chose Deshaun Watson over Baker Mayfield. They wanted Deshaun Watson to be there. Like, people, I don't understand that at all, man. I don't get it. I can't watch no more of this video, but this guy here is an idiot, man. He's a fool, bro. This guy's a straight fool, man.
And against the Steelers, the Browns are the Browns. They really are.
I'm telling you,
They really are
win.
the Browns.
It was a playoff.
Like, bro, you just throw Deshaun Watson under the bus. Like, how? It's random. Like, also, I'm letting everybody in Cleveland, Ohio know, Browns fans, Deshaun Watson got nothing to do with this at all. Deshaun has no beef with Myles Garrett. They don't hate each other. This man, Jonas, just want to find somebody to blame. Instead of putting blame on Jimmy Haslam and Andrew Berry, and the entire front office is letting this go down, right? You just want to throw Deshaun Watson in here, man. Like, bro, Deshaun Watson got hurt. It's not his fault. It's not. And you Shedeur Sanders fans, don't get mad if Deshaun Watson starting over Shedeur. Don't get mad neither. Because that's another problem. The Shedeur Sanders fans is what got Kevin Stefanski up out of there. And Kevin Stefanski was the best coach they ever had. That was Kevin Stefanski that coached Baker Mayfield to that win. And Myles Garrett against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because he was there around that time too, if I'm not mistaken. Myles Garrett been there a minute, but he got tired of losing. That team that Baker Mayfield led against the Steelers and beat them, that was Kevin Stefanski. That was the first time he won Coach of the Year. The second time is when Joe Flacco took over Deshaun Watson because he was hurt. You can't blame Deshaun Watson for that. I'm not going to allow that to go down. This guy is trolling for attention. He wants shock value. This man does not know his football at all. He ain't never played for the NFL, never signed a contract. He don't know what's going on. The man has nothing to do with Cleveland, Ohio. He got nothing to do with that Browns organization. That was just extremely random. Bro, you gotta take this video down, bro. You gotta delete this video. Because if I'm Cleveland, man, like I'm not taking this, man. This is slander. People, some of these analysts, some of these commentators, these podcasts, they don't know everything they talking about. Because I don't remember them interviewing anybody in Cleveland, Ohio. Again, why don't y'all talk to Myles Garrett's agent yourself? Matter of fact, have Myles Garrett call in and let him talk to you himself. Matter of fact, why don't y'all try to talk to Andrew Berry? and find out what happened. Why don't you talk to Deshaun Watson yourself? Because if I'm Deshaun Watson, man, like, look, man, you ain't gonna just slander my name like that. Because see, people, what's gonna happen? You gonna have Cleveland Browns fans wanting Deshaun Watson gone. They're gonna put him as the blame for this. He's the guy's already trying to make the brother the scapegoat, him the sacrificial lamb, and all this. You making Deshaun Watson's time there even more miserable. And I'm Deshaun Watson. I'm putting this guy in his place. He can put in check. See, this is why. See, if he was on ESPN with Stephen A. Smith, they wouldn't allow it. You don't see Stephen A. Smith even blaming Deshaun Watson at all for that. He wouldn't do that. Skip wouldn't either. Shannon Sharp, you don't even see none of them throwing Deshaun Watson under the bus like that. They know he ain't had nothing to do with this. And you won't see no other football player on that team blame Deshaun Watson either. Bruh, Deshaun Watson was hurt out for the entire season trying to recover. You act like this man went behind Myles Garrett back and told Haslam and told on Andrew Berry, oh, Myles Garrett is a problem for this team. Y'all got to get rid of him. Then like who? Come on, man. Nah, people, I'm not gonna take this Deshaun Watson disrespect. This going far enough. People like this here, man, should not be responsible for a network. They shouldn't. Because this man, for one, you can't even verify that. You can't verify that Deshaun Watson went behind Myles Garrett back and told that team to trade him to the Rams, of all teams, to make them better. That sounds like they made a good team already better. The Rams was in the NFC Championship game. Talk about Haslam like you talked about Jerry Jones. Matter of fact, y'all gonna see the biasness. No, Jerry Jones traded Michael Parsons. That actually worked out for the better. And Michael Parsons did absolutely nothing last year. Where was Michael Parsons in the playoffs this season? This past season, where was Michael Parsons? I don't remember Michael Parsons doing much of anything last season. Nothing. He didn't do nothing. And matter of fact, the Packers didn't beat the Cowboys either. Dallas made sure that Michael Parsons didn't get the victory because that was a tie game. That was one of the only few NFL games in the history of this league where it's ended in a tie. It rarely happens. The Cowboys had in their heart to beat that team. I'm sorry, people, but if I'm a Deshaun Watson fan, I'm finna get on this guy's head. Jonas Knox finna get cooked. I'm serious, man. Yo, that was just wild, bro. This entire title is wild. Anybody in the comment section believe in this, man? Your brain cells are gone. You're cooked. Look at that. Don't blame Watson for nothing. This is the Cleveland organization fault as always. Look at that, man. Look at never. See, people know what's up already. That man wants shock value so bad. Look at. Let's read the comments. Matter of fact, Myles could have done more. Could have kept his mouth shut and not going to the owner fault. But see, they know he had nothing to do. They know Deshaun Watson had nothing to do with this. Now y'all know how I feel. This is my comment, right? Look at never, right? They know what's up already. Look at why. So white is LeVar's hair. Beard is like it was his color. Myles Garrett is too late to move out. Rams McVay going down this season. Let's read some of this comment section. I can't get no more comics. Because my thing is, man, this is like, how you blaming him? I don't get it, people. I don't. Yeah, there's only 9 comments. For you to have 9.1, you got 9.1K of subscribers. You saying something this stupid, man? No. Don't blame Deshaun. Leave Deshaun Watson alone. Jonas Knox, you owe that man. Matter of fact, all 3 of y'all owe that man an apology. And LeVar and Brady Quinn, why you let Jonas Knox talk to Deshaun like that? What has Deshaun Watson did to you? What has Deshaun Watson did to any one of you? Deshaun Watson was just minding his own business. Again, people, this is what started. This is what starts team beef. Matter of fact, Jonas, how much money did Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam pay you to even say that? That's the real question. Was you paid to say that? Do not make Deshaun Watson the sacrificial lamb in all this. Just as Shador Sanders fans, his crazy fan base had Kevin Stefanski fired, you finna get Deshaun Watson cut for something he's not responsible for. So before I end this video, people, Deshaun had nothing to do with Myles Garrett wanting out of there and going to the Rams. He didn't. Jonas Knox ought to be ashamed of himself. I'm tired of that. These non-athletes that do these podcasts, this is just as disrespectful as the guy that came at Austin Rivers recently. Hung was his name. That was on that podcast with those other two NBA players that don't play no more. Going at Austin Rivers, taking Draymond Green's side. And Austin Rivers had to check him. That's what Deshaun Watson ought to do. If I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm calling in on Fox Sports Radio, and I'm going at Jonas Knox. I guarantee you, if Deshaun Watson calls in on that show and goes in on Jonas Knox, this man will be quiet. He'll be humble for the rest of the day. This man will not show up to work the next day. I guarantee that. This man will be shook. Yeah, if I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm going to check Jonas Knox, man. This man's talking too much. You doing too much talking. Because all you're going to do is turn the state of Cleveland, Ohio against Deshaun Watson. For another grown man, again, Myles Garrett makes his own decision. He got his own agent. Myles Garrett and Deshaun Watson don't even got the same agency, neither. Like, come on now. What does Myles Garrett want to leave? Got anything to do with Deshaun? And I hope this video goes viral too, matter of fact. Again, people, these podcasters got to stop. You journalists, you podcasters that never played at all, I bet this man ain't never signed an NFL contract. Ain't never seen one. You sit up there talking about another man, blaming another man for another grown man's decisions. Deshaun Watson is not Myles Garrett's keeper. Bruh, no, he had nothing to do with that. And the active quarterbacks was out of Dylan Gabriel. No, you can't bring Joe Flacco no more, Joe. You can't use Joe Flacco. He gone. He got traded to the Bengals. But Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders were the only other two active quarterbacks. Why don't you talk to them? Why don't you talk to Shedeur? I'm pretty sure Shedeur wouldn't mind doing an interview. Shedeur loves the spotlight. Why don't you ask him about that situation? And who was at fault there? Why don't you do that? Why don't you ask some of the Cleveland Browns teammates about the situation? Why are you just randomly throwing Deshaun Watson's name, bro? Like, why is his name in your mouth? His deal, they got two separate deals. Deshaun Watson is getting $40 million guaranteed, $200 million. Myles Garrett had $160 million that he's leaving off the table. Nah, bro, I'm not gonna take that no more. People like Jonas Knox need to be put in their place. I'm being very honest. They need to get checked, man. Just like Michael Irvin checked that other guy that was on Brandon Jacobs' podcast. I'm not even gonna mention his name. Y'all saw that. When Michael Irvin felt disrespected, he checked that podcaster. To say, if I'm Deshaun Watson, this guy needs to get checked. Like I said, I'm calling in on that radio show, or I'm gonna go on TikTok, I'm gonna go on Instagram, and I'm gonna call him out myself. And if I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm gonna tell Jonas Knox to keep my name out your mouth. Don't mention me no more on the rest of your show. If it's not about me and what I've done on the football field during the season, don't mention my name no more this offseason. Talk about me in the same sentence as with Myles Garrett. And my thing is, man, never mind how Deshaun Watson feels right now. Because again, people like this guy here starts rumors. No, because you ain't gonna tell the Cleveland Browns to hate Deshaun. That's all he's trying to do. Like, bro, again, it's two separate deals. And like Lamar said, the Browns are the Browns. The Browns been terrible since they came back in 2000. Since 99, 2000 season as an expansion team. And let me also clear this up. This Browns team is not the original Browns that won those AFC, AFL championships that Jim Brown played for. And guys like Bernie Kosar, this ain't the same team. That's the Baltimore Ravens. That original Browns that Art Modell had, he relocated to Baltimore and became the Ravens you see today. That's the team Lamar Jackson plays for. This ain't the same Browns. This is an expansion team. This Browns team is the equivalent of Michael Jordan's Charlotte Bobcats, now known as the Charlotte Hornets. Formerly known as the Bobcats turned Hornets. All Michael Jordan did was buy the name, but they're not the original Charlotte Hornets. The original Charlotte Hornets know how to win games. They actually won playoff games with Muggsy Bogues, Grandmama Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning, Steph's father Dale Curry. and even Kendall Gill with Big Dog Glenn Robinson. Those players knew how to win playoff games. So nah, we're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna let him do that to Deshaun Watson. Hell to the nah. Bruh. It's bad enough as it is. Deshaun Watson got to try to lead a team without their best player, without the leader, man. Myles Garrett was the leader of the Cleveland Browns. Matter of fact, these guys got to go. Haslam might as well have the team up for sale. He got to sell the team. Just like the Seattle Seahawks are up for sale now because the owner ain't around like that no more. These two got to go. If I'm somebody like Dan Gilbert, I'm buying the Cleveland Browns. I'm making Haslam an offer he can't refuse. Browns need a brand new owner. They need new ownership. And by the way, Andrew Berry is next to go. Oh yeah, Haslam gonna turn on him too, just like he did Coach Kevin Stefanski. You didn't let Kevin Stefanski develop Shador like you wanted to, just rushing things. This guy's next to go. Haslam gonna find a way to get rid of him too. Now, that's another reason why I believe Myles Garrett left, because they're not putting a good football team around him. You're not giving that team no offense. You got no receivers developed, right? No good quality running backs. Oh yeah, remember, Odell Beckham Jr. got traded too in 2021. Y'all remember? ODB gets traded to the Rams. Rams go all the way to a Super Bowl. Same thing might happen again for a second time in a row. Second time. Well, not in a row, but it's the second time they trading their best players. Because Odell Beckham Jr. was one of the best players on that team. He gets traded to the Rams. Over there with Jalen Ramsey, who they also acquired that offseason. They go to a Super Bowl. They go all the way with Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp and Tyler Higbee. All them guys. Same thing happening. Same result. Year in and year out, it's the same thing. And by the way, never once did LeVar Arrington or Brady Quinn mention Deshaun Watson's name. They know better than that. Jonas Knox, that's his show. He just want to just throw people. No, you ain't going to start no rumor, man. And have people believing nonsense and lies. Hell no. These two got to go. See, the Browns need a Magic Johnson. Now, Magic Johnson's money is tied in with the Washington Commanders. And by the way, look what Magic Johnson was able to do with the Washington Commanders. Magic took the Washington, since Magic Johnson took ownership, part ownership with the Commanders, their quarterback that won Rookie of the Year, okay, Jaden Daniels, was able to lead that team to an NFC Championship game against the Philadelphia Eagles. And even though they lost to the Eagles eventually won the Super Bowl, basically shutting down the Kansas City Chiefs and ending that dynasty. They went far. That's what the Browns need. They need a breath of fresh air. They need a brand new owner, completely. Andrew Berry, the entire front office got to go. They just got to go. These guys got to get out of here, man. All three of them, all these guys got to go. Get rid of everybody. That office, they need a brand new owner, and that brand new owner need to just clean house completely. Get rid of the entire front office. The president, the GM, the assistant, all of them, gone. You don't even got the right head coach. Look what the Patriots are doing, right? The Patriots made the Super Bowl with Drake May. They ain't got the same issues. Robert Kraft ain't going through that. And they just got A.J. Brown. It's not the same situation. Wasting all these quarterbacks. It don't matter if they start Shador Sanders. Shador's never going to have a good team. He's never going to have a team built around him because they're not going to develop nobody. They just can't make up their mind. I don't want to see Archie Manning going to Cleveland. I really don't. I'd rather see Archie Manning in Miami with the Dolphins, somewhere like that. Since the Dolphins didn't get Carson Beck, I'd rather see Archie Manning play for Jim Harbaugh. I'll take Archie Manning over Justin Hubert, especially if Justin Hubert don't turn things around. I'd rather see Archie Manning playing in Atlanta, somewhere like that, with the Falcons, over there with Matt Ryan. I do not want to see Archie Manning waste his time with that Browns team. You know, Peyton and Eli Manning, Archie, his grandfather ain't going to allow that to happen anyway. And again, you got too many other quarterbacks anyway. You got Green. You got Sanders here. You got Dylan Gabriel. Now you still got Deshaun Watson for another season? No, hell no, man. Again, the whole Cleveland Browns front office got to go. These fans deserve better than that. If I'm the Cleveland Browns current players, we going on strike. We not going to even report in for training camp. I'm just being honest. I'm being dead serious here. The Cleveland Browns fans in Ohio need to go on. They need to come out there with them picket signs. It's time to protest against Jimmy Haslam. They need to be out there protesting like these people, these certain Americans protest ICE. Like the Muslims protest against Trump when it comes to the RGC. You need to start them. It's time to protest, man. It really is. And I'm Jerry again, man. If I'm the one they just traded, if I'm Verse, man, I'm not finna come over here, man. The guy they just traded for, he ought to feel disrespected. I'm serious, man. You ruining my career over here, man. Anybody come to Cleveland, their career finna end. And end in a bad way. It's sad. It's really sad across the board. But for an idiot like this man to just throw somebody's name randomly, no, you can't do that, bro. This might as well be slander. No, if I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm not going down. I'm finna respond, bro. And I guarantee you, if Deshaun Watson responds to Jonas Knox, it's finna go viral. That man finna get millions of views. Put him on blast. Like Michael Irvin do people. We need to put this man on blast. This guy can't be just randomly throwing people on the bus like that. Don't do the brother. Don't do him like that. No, hell no. But that's it, people. That's the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe if you like.